Welcome to Property Express Live, where we bring you all news relating to properties and real estate housing development. Ecobank Ghana Limited partners with enterprise trustees in launching their newest mortgage schemes. Join us as we have an interactive discussion with the Executive Director and Head Consumer Banking, Dr. Edward Botchway. Do stay tuned.
Partners with enterprise trustees and launching its newest mortgage scheme. So will you kindly throw more light or shed more light into that and the motivation behind that?
Okay, so our new mortgage scheme in partnership with enterprise has several features. The key feature basically is the fact that individuals do not have to pay a down payment. So far as you are a contributor on the enterprise scheme, we are happy to finance 100% of the mortgage without you having to pay down. What that means is that basically you have to just look at the building and say, I want this building, and then come to Ecobank or to enterprise, and the entire cost of the building will be financed for you, and the cost that is spread over the length of the building. And this is important because again and again we've seen individuals want a mortgage. They like the building, they qualify for the mortgage, and everything is in place. But paying the down payments tends to be a challenge. And if you have to pay 20% of whatever the cost of the building is, coughing that amount up can be quite difficult. So what this product does is that it gives people the chance to basically get a mortgage without any down payment. And when I say without, i.e. no payment at all, you just see the building, like it, go to enterprise or come to Ecobank, we process it for you. It is that simple.
So are these terms and conditions related to the pension-backed mortgage or the pension short-term loan?
Yes, so these are the pension-backed mortgages. So our scheme with enterprise is in two folds. One is the pension-backed mortgage that we just put to, and that is to finance a mortgage. There's also the second part of it where it is a regular loan.
Okay.
And for the pension-backed loans, so far as you are a contributor to enterprise and you've got those amounts, you do not have to have an account with Ecobank and all of that. Very quickly, we are able to process loans for you with your pensions, your tier 3 contributions with enterprise as collateral, and then you just get a loan straight up. You are able to then do what you want to do with the loan, be it begin a business or a finance education or whatever the need might be. The good thing is that your tier 2 or tier 3 contributions is then intact, because most times people withdraw their contributions to finance these things. You don't want to reduce your future contributions, because when you do retire, these are amounts that you will need then. So what we do for our clients is basically to give you the money to do what you want to do with it, and then you repay it back. In the interim, in the meantime, your tier 2 and tier 3 funds are still intact. So you are able to do your projects without tempering with your tier 2 and tier 3 contribution. And the speed around which we are able to process this for our clients is that way. And for us, we are very excited about this partnership with enterprise. And I think at the end of the day, when you have two strong brands like Ecobank and enterprise, we are able to come to the party with some of these value-added products, which our both customers can benefit from.
So tier 2 and tier 3 contributions. Would you throw more insight into that?
Okay, so as you all know, the pension scheme in Ghana is broken down into three components. There's a tier one, which is capital net. Then there is a tier two, and then tier three, which is the tier three is voluntary, and all of these three components form the pension scheme. The discussion really, and based on what the law or the land allow, is really on tier two and tier three. So the tier one portions is not part of this discussions at all.
Okay. So are these mortgage scheme available to all pension contributors, or it is exclusive to some contributors?
So currently now it is exclusive to enterprise. Those who had a scheme, tier 2 or tier 3 scheme with enterprise. We then work with them from Ecobank to then finance them. We are rolling this out to other contributors because we've had a lot of customers who have come and say, but I'm with X and Y or this other pension scheme, how about us? So those discussions are ongoing. I don't want to mention names, but we are on the verge of concluding with some of the other major pension funds, and I'm sure in the month of August, at some point we'll be able to announce that we have signed off with all these people. But the plan really is to roll out to all the major pension funds by the end of the month, and I think that sooner than later we should be able to do that announcement.
People, individuals living in the diaspora, and then non-Ghanaians benefit from this scheme. Are they eligible for this scheme?
So for people in the diaspora, obviously they do not contribute to the Ghanaian pension scheme, the tier 1, tier 2, or tier 3. What we do have, however, is an active diaspora lending portfolio that enables individuals in the diaspora to be able to access credit or to access mortgages from Ghana, so long as we vet them and go through that process, we confirm their income levels, we confirm where they work, and all of that. And the building is in Ghana. We are able to finance that. We've done a couple of partnerships with some other institutions out in the USA and all of that to be able to fast track some of these things. Again, the discussions are not yet complete, so perhaps I will not be mentioning names at this point, but it is something that we've closed out on to ensure that the process is automated, end-to-end, digitized. And you will find that for us in Ecobank, that is the core of what we do, providing value-added services for our customers, additional services that we might not be able to find elsewhere. And that is something that we do pride ourselves in. And at the heart of all of this is a digitized process also. So underpinning this is a process that enables us to turn around very quickly and not really, if you like, a manual paper filling process end to end. But that digital underpinnings also is a very strong feature of all of the things that I've said. So we are very excited at the opportunities and the options that we are making available to our customers, and we look forward to enrolling as many people as possible on these products.
So, other than the pension-backed home mortgage and then the pension short-term loan, what other mortgage scheme do you have available for your customers with very financial status?
So you find that this is just an additional feature. Our regular mortgages are very our mortgages are very, if you like, accommodating. So for individuals who want to take the money from Ecobank to build themselves, we are happy to finance that. For individuals who want an equity release, i.e., he already has the building, he wants us to finance him off that to do some expansion, but we are happy to do that. For individuals who want to buy the building, i.e., a building that has already been built and we want to buy it, we are happy to do that. So I think the various options, whether you want to build yourself, you want to buy a building, you already have a building, you want to expand or to amend, all those options. These are things that we have for our customers also in Ecobank. And really, in the midst of COVID, the whole discussion has been on stay safe, stay at home, and all that. It's important then that if you're going to work from home, you should have that required working space to be productive, have the right setting, and all of that. So for people who need mortgages to be able to do that, we are proud to, or we are happy to be able to do that for them to make them more productive. And this is something that we see as a key part if we are going to grow the Ghanaian economy.
You see, in recent times, affordable housing has placed center stage in Ghana. And looking at it's looking at some policies government has put in place in that regard. What is your definition for affordable housing?
Okay, so in Ecobank, we don't have a definition for affordable housing. I think the term affordable housing, as you already said, is an interesting term. What might be affordable to somebody might not necessarily be affordable to the next person. So we are happy to finance all mortgages. We've done huge amounts, we've done very small amounts. So whatever the need is for us in Ecobank, we think that all aspects of the market have got needs that need to be met. So yes, we are happy to finance very small housing schemes and also the big ones. We've done various partnerships with individuals where the cost of the housing tends to be quite small because they found innovative ways to be able to build an enterprise. And these are things that we are happy to do.
So, what are some constraints impacting negatively on the delivery of affordable housing?
I think
from your perspective,
I think you find that individuals are not aware of the options that are available to them, which for us in Ecobank, we are happy to use those platforms to them become available to individuals. Because really, at the end of the day, if you take a mortgage, there are benefits that come to you. One, the value of the building would appreciate. Two, if it's your primary residence, i.e. where you live in, the interest on the mortgage is taxed. You can take out the tax from your tax payment. So there are benefits that come to you, for which most people are not aware of. And for us, that information, making it available to people is very key. Obviously, in Ghana, the other issue has been on documentation, where you find that our land title processes and the documentation sometimes can be a bit fraught with issues. And it's important that people do the necessary checks and validations. I'm sure we all know stories of individuals who had to buy the same land twice or the same building twice. So those necessary checks, it's very, very key. And I think if you work with a partner like Ecobank, we are able to support in that regard, not just from the legal process also, but also from pointing you in the direction of other real estate agents that we have financed and we might find to be beneficial also. So that support end to end, we are able to provide.
My final question to you. So, what recommendation would you give to those corporate entities who want to venture into mortgage housing and all of that?
I think for individuals who want to take a mortgage, I think it's important that each person does the analysis of what is involved, because it's a relatively long-term commitment. So you look at the rental amount that the person will be paying, and you pay the rent, and that you don't own the asset. But if you can't get a mortgage for which the amounts are reasonable, as we do offer in Ecobank, and the same amount you're paying on rent or an amount close to that, you are paying by this time it's going to your own building. It makes sense. Also, the building over time would appreciate. In Ghana, you could be talking anything. depending on the area that you are talking about. But you could talk in anything between 10 to 50% per annum increase in the value of the portfolio. So really, you could be getting very good gains from that also. And the burden of a mortgage, which really is the interest expense, is tax deductible anyway, and most people don't know. So you can't take advantage of that. You can't use the same amount of money that you can spend renting to then own your building. The only challenge most times is getting the amount upfront, and that's where Ecobank comes in. And even the down payments, that is a challenge. We are saying that, you know what, forget about the down payment. We can't get your mortgage without paying the down payment, without paying the person. Yes, we work to Ecobank. Now Ecobank and Enterprise, but very soon I'd say Ecobank, Enterprise, and I can mention 10 other institutions that you can work with. But basically, I think people should review and consider the options, because you will be getting good value if you talk to us.
Any final point?
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your time.